Then at the base of your exhale, come back to your tabletop shape. And from your tabletop, hands come a little bit forward, tuck the toes, hips come up and back for downward facing dog. Just a breath here. If you want to pedal the feet, that's fine. You can always find a little bit of play in these poses if that feels right for your body. And from here, take an inhale, send your right leg up and back. And on the exhale, pull that knee into the chest, step the right foot between the hands, but keep your back knee lifted for a runner's lunge. So really get this right heel underneath the knee. Tend the fingers a little bit to lift away from this thigh. Keep the left fingers down and inhale your right arm up and out to twist open towards your right. So we're twisting over that bent knee. Keep pulling this right hip back. Keep pressing into the floor with the feet. Take an inhale. On the exhale, right hand comes to the floor. From here, you'll ground this back heel. Press into the feet and windmill the arms up for warrior two. So for warrior two, your knee theoretically should be right over your heel. For most of us, we're probably going to be a little bit shallow here. We just want to make sure we're not over bending into this knee, taking the knee beyond the heel and over even beyond toes. So again, aiming for a right angle, but if you're a little bit shallow, that's okay. Just see if you can really press into this right foot. You might find you have more space than you thought. This back foot is a little bit tilted towards the front of your mat, so the toes are at a slight angle, and the arms come wide. The gaze comes over the middle finger of the right hand. Take a breath in here. Stay for the exhale. You might deepen that bend in the right knee, you might not. You might just feel grounded in the feet. Now flip this right palm. On your inhale, right arm reaches up and back, reverse warrior. And on the exhale, come all the way back to stand. This time flip your right palm. Extend your right leg, so press into your right heel, lengthen that right leg. Reach the right arm up and back. Reverse triangle pose, and on your exhale, come all the way back to stand. Take the hands to the hips, shorten the stance just a little bit. Press into the legs. Reach the arms out, take an inhale, and on your exhale, start to hinge over that right leg. Your right hand is going to come to the shin, the ankle, or if you have a block, take it to a block. Your left arm reaches up. Take an inhale, open the chest, and stay for that exhale. 2 more breaths here. Noticing if we feel ourselves kind of rolling out to the outside of the right foot, see if you can press this big toe down. The gaze can either come up towards the ceiling, it can come straight out forward, or it can come down to that right foot. 1 more breath. The base of the exhale, press into this right foot, extend this left arm up, 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 come all the way up to stand. Hands to the hips, widen that stance a little bit. Arms come wide, inhale this right arm up. Bend the elbow, palm comes to the upper back. You're going to take your left hand on this elbow and just nudge it behind the head. So we've got this right elbow kind of close to being vertical. Now you can stay here, or you can take this left hand behind you. Back of the hand comes to the upper back. So I'm just going to turn around to show what this looks like. So back of the bottom hand is on the upper back. Palm of the top hand is on the upper back. You can grab the clothing, or you can interlace the fingers. Okay, but we're sending the elbows in opposite directions. So one's going down, one's going up. And that's really the goal here. So the legs are long, finding our clasp in the hands. Bring the gaze forward, take a breath in, and on your exhale, bend into your right knee. We're in warrior two in the legs. This is called cow face pose or Gomukhasana with the arms. Take 2 breaths here. One more breath in. One more breath out. At the base of the exhale, release the arms wide for warrior two. Take an inhale, and on your exhale, your right elbow comes to your right thigh. Your left arm comes alongside the left ear, finding extended side angle. Really press into your right heel to feel grounded in the feet. You might choose to bring that gaze underneath the left armpit. Just breathing here, focusing on opening the chest and sending that top shoulder, your left shoulder back behind you to help you with that opening. Take 1 more breath in. 1 more breath out. Base of the exhale, press into the feet. Windmill the arms back up to warrior two. Keep your knee bent. Stay for your exhale. Now flip this right palm, extend the right leg, reach the right arm up and back, reverse triangle pose. And on the exhale, come all the way back to stand. Take the hands to the hips. Your right toes are going to turn towards the same direction as your left toes. We're sending the toes straight out towards the long end of the mat. Press into the feet, maybe take a bend in the knees here. Hands on the hips, take an inhale, lift the chest. On your exhale, fold forward over that length. Hands can come to the floor or to blocks. Release the head and the neck down. 2 breaths. The base of your exhale, hands come into the shoulders, tent the fingers. Lift the torso halfway. Walk the hands towards your back foot, but keep the feet where they are. We're just getting a side bend along the right side of the body. 1 breath in, 1 breath out. Come back to center, tent the fingers, lift the torso halfway. Bend into the knees. Walk the hands up to frame this front foot. We're finding that runner's lunge shape. Now from here, press the palms down to the floor. Pull this right foot into the chest and send the right leg back, 3-legged dog. Keep the leg lifted. Toes are going to turn out to your right. Bend the knee and open the hip. Keep pressing into your right palm. And then inhale your right leg straight up and back. Point the toes straight down to the floor on your exhale. Soften your foot down to the floor for downward facing dog. Take 2 breaths in between sides. Keeping in mind that you can always drop down to child's pose if you need to. Now, from your downward facing dog, we'll move into the second side of this sequence. So on your inhale, your left leg reaches up and back. On the exhale, pull that left knee into the chest, step the left foot between the hands, keep the back knee lifted so we're in runner's lunge. And again, wiggle this heel so it's underneath the knee. Tent the fingers, lift the torso away from the thigh, press into the feet. Keep the right fingers down, but lift the left fingers out for that twisting runner's lunge. Take a breath here. Stay for the exhale. Inhale, press into the feet. On the exhale, your left hand comes down to the floor, tent the fingers, ground this back heel, and windmill the arms up for warrior two. Now I'm going to turn around so that I'm still facing you. Your left foot is forward, the front of the mat, and your left knee is moving in the same direction as your middle left toe. And your left heel is pretty close to being underneath that left knee. Hands come wide, knees comes over the middle finger of that left hand. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. Flip this left palm. Inhale the left arm up and back, reverse warrior. And on the exhale, come all the way back to stand. Flip the left palm, extend your left leg, reverse triangle pose. Come all the way back to stand. On the exhale, hands come to the hips, shorten that stance just a little bit. Press into the feet, firm the legs, send the arms wide, inhale, and on your exhale, hinge over that left leg for Trikonasana or triangle pose. Left hand comes to the shin ankle lock, right arm reaches up and out, the chest is open, and we're really pressing into the feet, especially the pinky toe side of your back foot. Two more breaths here, and again, the gaze can come wherever it needs to for you to feel comfort in the neck. Sometimes looking up at the hand is too much for the neck. Last breath in. Last breath out. Base of the exhale, press into the legs, reach that right arm up, 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 come all the way up to stand, hands come to the hips. Widen that stance just a little. Press into the feet. The arms come wide. Inhale your left arm up overhead. Your left palm comes to the upper back. And then you're just gonna nudge this elbow behind the head a little bit. Now you can always stay here as we bend into that left knee for the warrior two legs. Or if you want to take that clasp, either way you're still gonna get a good stretch through this left tricep. Wherever you are, gaze comes forward to the front of your mat, chest in the belly, face to the long edge of your mat. So in line with your hips. Take a breath in. And on your exhale, bend into that left knee, warrior two legs, going crossing our arms. 2 more breaths here. Last breath in. Last breath out. Reach the arms out wide. Take an inhale on your exhale. Left elbow comes to left thigh. Right arm comes alongside the right ear. Extended side angle pose. Press into your left heel. Reach the right fingers towards the front of the room. Press the pinky toe side of your right foot into the mat. 2 breaths. Last breath in. Last breath out. Base of the exhale, press into the feet, windmill the arms up, but keep a bend in that knee for a full inhale, a full exhale. Now flip the left palm, extend the left leg, reverse triangle pose. Come all the way up to stand. Hands come to the hips. Left toes, turn the same way as the right, coming to a wide straddle. Hands are on the hips, press into the feet. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, fold forward. Release the hands down to the floor or to blocks. And then the head of the neck will release as well. You can always choose to take a slight bend in the knees here. That's fine. We're just working to press into the feet, especially the outside of the heels here. Two more breaths. And last breath in. And last breath out. Take the hands under the shoulders, tent the fingers. Use the fingers to help you lift the torso halfway. Walk the hands towards the right foot, keeping everything else the same. Stretching into your left side. Take a full breath in. Full breath out. Come all the way back to center. Tented fingers, lift halfway, bend into the knees, and walk the hands up to frame your left foot, coming to the top of your mat. So I'm facing the opposite direction as you now, but that's okay. We all have our left foot forward. Palms come to the floor. Pull this left leg into the chest and then send it back for 3-legged dog. Keep it lifted. Turn the toes to the left. Bend the knee. Open the hip. And then inhale your left leg up and back. Point the toes straight down to level the hips. Then soften the foot to the floor. Downward facing dog. Take 2 breaths here. One more breath in. One more breath out. Base of that exhale, tap the knees down, big toes together, knees wide, child's pose. Just noticing the breath. Letting the breath catch up to the body after all of our movements, all of our heat building practice. Softening the belly, softening the low back. Take one more breath. At the base of the exhale, find your way into a tabletop shape. Finding our Knees under our hips, our wrists under our shoulders. Take your left hand a little bit forward to the center of the mat and inhale the right arm up and out, twisting open. And on the exhale, your right arm comes underneath the left, coming onto your right shoulder, right side of the face. Scoot your left hand to the left side of the mat. We're in thread the needle pose. Ground down to your right shoulder. Reach the right fingers out to your left. And breathe into the torso, into the spine. Feel the length in the spine here, even in this twisting pose. One more breath. At the base of your exhale, walk that left hand towards the center of the mat, press into the palm, and inhale your right arm up and out. Twist open. Exhale your right hand down under the right shoulder from your tabletop pose. Take 3 rounds of cat-cow. Inhaling to arch. This is cow pose. And exhaling to round for cat pose. Inhaling to arch. Exhaling to round one more time, just like that. And then find your neutral spine, your flat back, your tabletop. Your right hand comes forward to the center of the mat. Inhale your left arm up and out, twist open. Exhale, left arm comes underneath the right. Come on to rest on your left shoulder, left side of the face. Your right hand scooches off to the right to make space for your shoulders and chest. And breathe here. Last breath in. At the base of your exhale, your right hand comes closer to the center of the mat. Inhale your left arm up and out. Twist open. Exhale your left hand down to the floor. Final 3 rounds of cat-cow. We're going to find a seat. So take the knees together, sink the hips back, and just let the hips fall off to one side. Let's bring the legs forward. Coming to sit with the feet towards the front of the mat. If you want to tap the knees a little bit, sometimes that helps to shake out some tension in the legs. And we're going to come to lie on our backs with the soles of the feet on the floor. Knees are pointed up here. You can let the palms rest on the belly, maybe one hand on the belly, one hand on the chest, let the eyes close. From here, we'll take the hands down to graze the heels. Feet are about hips width apart. Press the backs of the upper arms down to feel a little bit of a lift in the chest. And then press into the backs of the upper arms as you press into the feet. You can also really press into the arms here to stay grounded. Take an inhale. On the exhale, press down into the floor to lift the hips up, finding bridge pose. Bridge pose is really wonderful for opening the chest. It's an inversion as well as a back bend and a chest opener. And one really great thing to work on here is thinking about scooping the belly down as the hips lift. It's almost like we're kind of pushing the glutes up towards the ceiling, but we're pulling the belly in down towards the floor. Take one more breath. On your exhale, come all the way down to the floor. Keep the legs where they are. We're going to do this 2 more times. So again, press into the backs of the upper arms, press into the feet, take an inhale, on your exhale, lift the hips for bridge pose. And this time you can stay here, or if you'd like to interlace the hands underneath the glutes and the hips, and you're gonna scoosh the shoulders underneath the upper back, giving yourself just a little bit more opening in the chest, and a little more leverage in the arms. Just 2 breaths here. And at the base of your exhale, slowly walk the hands out from underneath the hips, walk the shoulders out from underneath the upper back, and come all the way down to the floor. Pause. Last time, same thing. Press into the backs of the arms, press into the feet, take an inhale, exhale, lift the hips for bridge pose. And then if you want to interlace the fingers the opposite way, so usually one way feels more kind of normal, do it the upward way. And do the same thing, walk the shoulders under the upper back. Take one more breath. Walk the hands out from under the hips, shoulders out from under the upper back. Come all the way down to the floor and pause. Let the low back settle into the floor. And then for figure 4, take your right knee in towards the chest. Your left leg stays where it is. Give your right knee a good squeeze. Cross your right ankle over your left knee. Now you can stay here, or you tug this left leg into the chest. Either way, you're going to feel a stretch in your outer right hip. Really just depends on the intensity of the stretch for you. So with the foot grounded, if that feels like enough of a stretch, for many of us it will. So just go ahead and stay there and just breathe into that right hip. Breathe into that space. 2 more breaths. Base of the exhale, you can release that left leg if you have it, uncross your right ankle from the left knee, maybe you extend the right leg forward a little bit, maybe you kick a plant if you have one in your house, and then step your right foot down to the floor, knee pointed up. Same thing on the opposite side, your left leg pulls into your chest, give it a squeeze, cross that left ankle over the right knee, and you either stay here, keep in mind that if you're staying here, the goal is not to push this left knee out. This is a pretty tricky angle for the knee. We don't want to give added pressure where we don't need it on the knee. So just let the knee rest where it is. If you want extra sensation, press this right foot with the muscle of the leg into your left foot into your right knee. You can also pull this right leg in towards the chest. I didn't say this on the other side, but I also find it helpful to flex the feet here. So bringing the toes back towards the shin. Take one more breath. Stay for the exhale. Gently release that right foot down. If it's lifted, uncross that left ankle, send the left leg forward. Set the left foot down on the floor. And then pull the knees into the chest. Give yourself a squeeze, maybe rock a little from side to side. You're going to let the knees fall off to your left and let the arms open wide here. I like to keep one hand on the knees here just to help myself feel really grounded, but if you want to just let go of any holding, you can just let the arms come wide. Slowly pull the knees back to center at the base of that exhale. Maybe give yourself a squeeze in between sides. And then you're going to let your knees fall off to your right. Maybe let the eyes close at this point, starting to feel calmer, softer in the breath, finding more ease in the body. Take one more breath. At the base of the exhale, bring the knees back to center. Give yourself another squeeze, another rock from side to side if that feels good for your back. And then we'll bring the legs forward, finding our way into Shavasana or corpse pose. So feet are about as wide as the mat. Hands are on either side of the hips with the palms facing up and the eyes are closed. And as you settle onto your back, take a full breath in. Open the mouth, sigh it out. And then release any holding on the breath. Soften through the belly, through the diaphragm, through the lungs. Just finding a way to let all of that work get integrated into the body in Shavasana. Nice deep breath in. And then sigh it out. And start to gently wiggle the fingers and then wiggle the toes. Bringing small movements back into the body. And gently reach the arms up. Right aside the head, point the feet. Take a full body stretch. And slowly curl the knees into the chest. Give yourself a squeeze. Rock a little from side to side. One last massage for the low back before you allow the knees to fall off to your right. And let the torso follow. So come to rest fully on your right side. And then moving slowly, the head being the last thing to rise, press into your left palm and slowly come all the way up to a comfortable seat, facing forward with the eyes closed. Palms can rest on the knees of the thighs. Take the hands together in front of the chest. Take a nice full inhale. And sigh, breath out. Offer yourself just a moment of gratitude and acknowledgement for showing up to practice on the mat today. You can take the thumb knuckles between the eyes and the third eye, and bow the head in namaste. And let the eyes open, release the hands down. Thanks so much, everyone, for joining me today. If you have questions, you are welcome to share in the comments or reach out. Thanks again. We'll see you next time.